Have you ever witnessed 50 inches of snow falling in a single day? Because it's happening right now, and it's going to change everything. Have you ever seen a weather pattern so dangerous that it makes meteorologists lose sleep? Well, you're about to. Have you ever wondered what it looks like when winter unleashes its full fury? The answer is unfolding before our eyes on this New Year's Day. Have you ever imagined that a historic snow catastrophe could be just the beginning of something far more sinister? Have you ever considered that the atmosphere might be orchestrating the most devastating weather sequence of our lifetime? Have you ever heard of 20 to 50 inches of snow? Yes, you heard that correctly. Actively burying communities as I speak. Have you ever seen Syracuse, New York, prepare to vanish under snowfall exceeding 50 inches in just 40 hours? Have you ever experienced a snow event powered by forces that will render you speechless? Have you ever observed the jet stream preparing to unleash a pattern so chaotic it will redefine winter 2026? Have you ever witnessed this kind of atmospheric chaos, spawning massive storms and severe weather affecting millions? Have you ever heard meteorologists describe something as the pattern that haunts their most terrifying nightmares? So have you ever wondered what it would be like to dive deep into this weather pattern explosion and discover how it will transform early 2026? But first, have you ever realized that critical timing could literally mean the difference between life and death? It's currently 9 a.m. on January 1st, 2026. And have you noticed that multiple weather disasters are exploding simultaneously? Have you considered that by noon today, the lake effect devastation near Syracuse will intensify to levels never before recorded? Have you prepared for tonight at 6 p.m. when blizzard conditions reach their absolute peak with winds shrieking at 60 miles per hour? Have you anticipated tomorrow morning by 8 a.m., January 2nd, when emergency declarations will sweep across multiple counties? But have you grasped the truly terrifying reality that most people remain completely oblivious to the next 72 hours? Have you ever wondered how the jet stream orchestrates this atmospheric pandemonium across the United States? Have you noticed that Arctic Air has launched a full-scale assault with our jet stream positioned from the northwest? Have you seen how this Arctic offensive delivered snow squalls through Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York? Have you felt the brutal Arctic air now entrenched, making conditions lethally cold around the Great Lakes? Have you understood this Arctic occupation continues for days with our jet stream locked in position? Have you comprehended that frigid air remains trapped from North Dakota through Maine under a massive dome? Have you observed a high-pressure system building over the southern plains that will revolutionize our weather pattern? Have you tracked this system steadily accumulating power over the next few days? Have you witnessed warmer and drier air assembling across the West Coast and Great Plains? Have you noticed this ridge development being slowed by a storm system crossing the West Coast? Have you seen that system delivering scattered showers and mountain snow before weakening inland? Have you imagined Sunday and Monday when our weather pattern undergoes total transformation? Have you envisioned ridging expanding across vast portions of the Central Plains and Midwest? Have you pictured our polar jet stream being thrust far north while troughing emerges along the West Coast? Have you anticipated enormous storms devastating the West Coast on Sunday and Monday? Have you considered that after impact, several storms will advance eastward across the country? Have you expected conditions becoming tremendously active by midweek once storms traverse the Rockies? Have you realized this pattern will generate multiple storm systems throughout early 2026? Have you believed major storms will emerge within a week from today? But have you been overwhelmed by the mind-blowing snow event developing with astounding intensity? Have you demanded to know exactly what's developing hour by hour for your survival? Have you realized that right now heavy lake effect snow is already ravaging areas south of Syracuse? Have you prepared for 11 a.m. when snowfall rates intensify to 3 to 4 inches per hour? Have you anticipated 1 p.m. when rates reach 4 to 5 inches per hour? Have you expected by 3 p.m. that emergency services will halt operations due to impossible conditions? Have you braced for 6 p.m. when winds create blizzard conditions with zero visibility? Have you anticipated tomorrow morning when the lake effect band stays locked in position? Have you calculated that by noon, January 2nd, totals reach 30 to 35 inches in devastated areas? Have you projected that by Friday morning, some locations witness totals exceeding 50 inches? Have you demanded to see the specific destruction this creates across different regions? Have you understood Western New York faces the most severe conditions with life-threatening accumulations? Have you accepted that Interstate 81 becomes completely impassable by evening? Have you realized routes 11 and 13 vanish under several feet of snow by tomorrow? Have you envisioned the thruway experiencing 50-mile stretches with zero visibility tonight? Have you watched Syracuse Hancock Airport terminate operations by early afternoon? Have you witnessed emergency services becoming completely overwhelmed by tonight? Have you counted on power outages affecting over 100,000 customers by tomorrow morning? Have you considered that temperatures create additional hazards people never contemplate? Have you measured current temperatures running 5 to 10 degrees below zero? Have you calculated wind chills plunging to 15 to 25 degrees below zero tonight? Have you understood trapped individuals face life-threatening exposure risks? Have you known hypothermia can develop within 30 minutes without protection? Have you been aware carbon monoxide risks multiply with improper heating? Have you wondered about developments beyond this disaster that are even more extreme? Have you prepared for a colossal temperature revolution starting Sunday? Have you grasped that while the Northeast battles snow, the Great Plains experience record warmth? Have you believed Nebraska temperatures could reach 35 degrees above normal by Monday? Have you discussed potential record highs in the 60s and 70s from Kansas to Minnesota? Have you understood this temperature gradient creates explosive storm potential? Have you marked Tuesday as the beginning of the most active weather pattern in months? Have you tracked powerful storm formation over the Rockies with historic impact potential? Have you predicted Wednesday storms across the Central Plains, bringing multiple threats? Have you pictured heavy snow north and severe thunderstorms south? Have you expected Thursday blizzard conditions across Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio? Have you anticipated severe weather eruptions across the Mississippi River Valley? Have you prepared for Friday when storms reach the East Coast with major implications? Have you considered major cities encountering significant winter weather impacts? Have you comprehended next week's pattern becomes more hazardous as just the beginning? Have you analyzed jet stream configurations suggesting rapid storm succession? Have you expected weekend storms delivering another major system across the same areas? Have you projected the following week showing additional significant event potential? Have you recognized the most active 2-week period for severe winter weather in years? Have you wanted specific preparation steps to execute immediately? Have you been in the lake effect zone requiring emergency supplies right now? Have you secured food and water for 7 days because roads become impassable? Have you obtained backup heating because power outages are inevitable? Have you gathered battery radios and charge devices for emergency communication? Have you stockpiled medications because emergency services cannot reach you? Have you been outside the snow zone but need preparation for next week's threats? Have you reviewed severe weather plans because tornadoes are likely across southern tracts? Have you assembled winter vehicle kits as travel conditions deteriorate rapidly? Have you purchased generator fuel, preventing extended power outages from ice storms? Have you wondered why this pattern possesses historic significance? Have you understood extreme lake effect followed by rapid pattern changes is exceptionally rare? Have you observed computer models demonstrating consistency, rarely witnessed for active patterns? Have you grasped developing temperature contrast powering storm systems with incredible energy? Have you recognized this setup generating weather events remembered for decades? Have you predicted January 2026 becoming one of the most analyzed weather months recently? Have you noted the National Weather Service observing this pattern with extreme concern? Have you watched emergency agencies pre-deploying resources across multiple states? Have you understood when professionals show this concern, everyone should listen? Have you been interested in economic impacts this weather generates? Have you calculated the Syracuse event alone producing hundreds of millions in damages? Have you expected roof collapses from snow loads impacting thousands of buildings? Have you anticipated supply chain disruptions affecting stores and essential services? Have you predicted next week's storms impacting air travel across the eastern United States? Have you counted thousands of flight cancellations during the busiest travel period? Have you considered agricultural impacts from ice storms influencing food prices? Have you expected energy demand spiking to dangerous levels, stressing power grids? Have you calculated insurance claims approaching billions of dollars? Have you understood beyond immediate impacts, this pattern signals something more significant? Have you recognized atmospheric changes indicating winter 2026 will be extraordinarily active? Have you expected polar vortex disruptions delivering more Arctic air intrusions? Have you noted La Niña conditions facilitating more active storm tracks? Have you predicted climate patterns indicating multiple historic weather events this winter? Have you observed extreme weather event frequency increasing significantly? Have you understood preparation and awareness becoming more critical than ever? Have you been ready for me to address specific questions you're asking now? Have you wondered if models could be wrong about extreme Syracuse snow amounts? Have you seen high-resolution models demonstrating remarkable consistency for this event? Have you understood the atmospheric setup being textbook perfect for persistent lake effect? Have you known Lake Ontario water temperatures staying warm enough for extreme snowfall? Have you tracked wind direction maintaining snow bands locked in place? Have you questioned if travel becomes completely impossible during this event? Have you understood roads becoming totally impassable in heaviest snow zones? Have you realized snowplows cannot maintain pace with 4 to 5 inch per hour rates? Have you accepted emergency vehicles cannot respond in worst affected areas? Have you understood driving attempts endanger lives and interfere with rescues? Have you felt confident about next week's major storm threats being extremely probable? Have you observed pattern changes appearing consistently across forecast models? Have you understood, while specific tracks vary, the active pattern is highly likely? Have you recognized temperature gradients becoming extreme enough for significant development? Have you noted jet stream configuration being optimal for multiple storm systems? Have you been ready to conclude with key takeaways from today's analysis? Have you accepted historic lake effect snow continuing through Friday with life-threatening accumulations? Have you believed some Syracuse areas experiencing 40 to 50 inches in just 48 hours? Have you understood this constituting a life-threatening situation demanding immediate preparation? Have you expected next week bringing major pattern changes with multiple storm threats? Have you prepared for severe weather, winter storms, and ice events across regions? Have you anticipated January 2026 appearing extraordinarily active with additional significant events? Have you recognized this constituting a historic weather pattern remembered for years? Have you been willing to subscribe and activate notifications as this story develops? Have you expected frequent updates as these dangerous conditions evolve? Have you planned leaving your location in comments for specific area guidance? Have you considered sharing this information with affected friends and family? Have you planned following me on social media for real-time updates? Have you understood your family's safety depending on staying informed about changing conditions? Have you recognized this pattern, separating the prepared from the vulnerable? Have you been committed to taking warning seriously and preparing for nature's next move? Have you understood the atmosphere becoming dangerous, but preparation maintaining safety? Have you grasped that from historic snow now to major storms next week, January 2026 becomes unforgettable? Have you trusted I'll track every development, keeping you informed every step forward? Have you committed to staying safe, taking this seriously, and preparing for the weather event of the decade? Have you understood this being just the beginning of an absolutely legendary winter pattern? Have you prepared to stay weather aware until the next update? Your life could depend on it.